is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive.
Hello everyone, and welcome back for a another what will hopefully not be as cataclysmic run of Jurassic World like last week. After last week's disastrous run, where we come full circle and wound up right back where we were at the start of the stream, I went back on the Sunday for an hour or so and generated some money so that we could get our park out of debt. We have a couple of new dinosaurs as well. We have Snuggles, which is the friendly carnivore. We're going to join, hop on now, and we've got Mr. Bubbles to name as well, haven't we today? So we'll go to load, and I want to load our stream game up. There we go. Mr. Bubbles. I suppose he is built like a tank, isn't he? Just like in Bioshock, I suppose. So yeah, on Sunday, when I just sort of like did it off camera,
There's so much to do here in the
what's
park,
he saying?
Sometimes it can be overwhelming. Think about building a rhythm, research and expeditions, fossil extractions, build new attractions, keep our visitors entertained with a variety of dinosaurs, and keep your park secure, huh? It's a little like spinning plates. Just don't let any of them fall.
I'm assuming that the audio is okay for you guys to hear that. I think I've got it roughly in the right patch where I have it for this game. As much as I have, I've got my spreadsheet which generates all of the descriptions, and it generates all the the links that I share and all the stuff that goes on Discord. It does it all automatically. The one field that I didn't include when I set the system up was a field just to put the volume levels for each game, because we do like different levels depending on which games, because like I said, tomorrow night in Isolation we'll be cranking that one right up so that we can hear it. But yeah, this is the level I got this one at though, just shy of 40 a turn, and I had to make 3 new dinosaurs in the end to do that. So we have the 2 in here, and over on the other island, isn't it? Tell you what, we'll hop over to the other island anyway, just before we continue. And there it is. Go to island. Well, it is just the start of the stream, Chrissy. Hello, Royalty. I'm just catching up on the chat there as well. Yeah, we've only just we've only just been out for 2 minutes there, so we've just named Mr. Bubbles. But I'll show you him when we go back to the other island shortly. And just saying that I spent a couple of hours on Sunday getting us out of debt so that we could actually play the game, unlike the disaster last week. I also, whilst doing that as well, on Sunday, I figured out why the dinosaurs were continuously getting sick in the carnivore pen. Is this the carnivore pen? No, it's over here, isn't it? I'll zoom over here. We put the wrong feeders out. I didn't realise when you go to enclosures, feeders. I didn't see this menu along the bottom corner here. So we've just been putting the, you know, the plants and stuff in all of them. But there's this one here as well. I put a live feeder in there. It dispenses sheep. It did when I tested it last Sunday anyway. Lunchtime. Yeah, you're right to run. Well, might be able to get through the gaps in the fence. Oh, I can't click on it, so I can't like follow it. I didn't see where the other one went, but I suppose it could have just disappeared into the bushes here, couldn't it? Let's see. Oh, it's going back. It's going to try and face them, maybe. We'll try and stick. Ooh, we'll try and stick with the. No. Gone. I can hear it. There it is. So we'll try and stick with it just to see what happens, because I lost the one that I released when I put the thing down. You want one of those that dispenses Doritos? That's something I've not had for a long time. Oh, hang on, is that coming for a snack? Come on, you know you're hungry. Don't you want to, yeah. There's quite a few of the guests died. Which dinosaur was it that we that got killed instantly? What was his name? We'll have to check the other streams. Well, he has. I think when I released Mr. Snuggles, was it Terry that got? Was it Dylan that got 8, and Terry that we sold, or the other way around? But you see here, we got Snuggles here, the carnivore. As soon as I released him, he became the alpha straight away. So he's got the perfect name for the alpha, I think, Mr. Snuggles. What have we got in here? Sir Barry. Right, since we're here though, I'm going to quickly jump into control panel, because this is the island where all the money is. Right, I'm going to send them there. Go back to the research. Have we lost Steve? Was that Steve not one of the herbivores? I'll check on the herbivore screen in a second. I'm just going to fire off some research. That's done, that's done, that's done. So yeah, because I was sitting here generating all the extra money, I was able to research a couple of these items as well, because these were like 4 million a piece. So I sort of thought, since I had the 4 million at the time, I thought I might as well do that because it reduces some of our costs. So we'll be able to like build some better things. Back to global ones. I'm not entirely certain what the research on this menu is supposed to do, but might as well. That's the last thing we can get on this menu at the minute, so we might as well have it. Oh, hang on, which one I missed there? Hello, Focus. I'm surprised you've actually turned up right now. You normally turn up 2 minutes before we're closed, don't you? And Creeper, was that Terry that was the one that was sent away? Alright, hang on, we're going to check for Steve, aren't we? Eddysaurus. Oh, hang on, one of these Steves. Ooh. Steve is dead, but he's just died now. Died of old age. How long did they last for, like? Right, where is... You have to call this guy over here. No. Yeah, this one over here. No, that's not right. Hang on. Exit menu. There it is. Transport. Dead Steve. And this one technically wasn't our fault. We need to write a list of all the dinosaurs that we've had, so we can keep track of all the names. What have we got here? The little ones as well. Are these in good health? Let's bring up that funny little map. Oh yeah, 3 meter Peter. I forgot about that one. And here, yeah. Back as well, so we'll get whatever rocks they've got, those worthless rocks that sell for 100 grand. Is there anything else? Actually, what are the criterias for unlocking the other islands? So we're doing really bad on this island, so we're going to have to do something on here to get this place boosted. I don't quite know what yet, but we'll figure out when we get there. I don't know about all of these ones. Here we go. Extract, extract, keep, and keep. And
I wasn't sure about this contract, but no matter. The higher-ups are pleased, so you should be as well.
ooh, slightly wet. Pouring down today. I knew the rain was coming, so I had gravy on my knee, but I was in the shed. When the rain comes, I took my jacket over, and she just snuggled in, all nice and snug under my jacket. The food in these ones are sort of alright. Ah, no, we better top up those feeders in there, I suppose. Add task. Lunch, lunch, lunch. There we go. And we may as well task the other car. 1, 2, 3. And that one will just have to deal with which ones have I missed there? Considering how like hot it's been as well, for the Rangers to try and cool the place off, I think a bit as well. Whenever it starts raining and we're sitting in the living room here, it the way it sort of like clatters off the vent sort of shaft that's behind like where the telly is. It sort of like really hammers on that when it rains here. What I'm going to do now though is we're going to go across to Right, so what have we actually got in the way of dinosaurs in here? So we've got 3 in here. And we have a broken fence. Hang on, didn't we have 2 in there? Oh. He's escaped. This just seems to be like the... Add task. Where is he?
Acknowledged.
Yeah, the realizations, yeah. So he's no good for this enclosure, really, because he's just gonna keep breaking out. Where's the place with the cars? Add task. Fix the fence, and you might as well resupply the feeder while you're at it. And before the dino wakes up, get a transport.
En route to collect the asset.
Put him back in his pen. And now we will go and have a look at the legal fees. Oh. We're now down to making £9,000 a turn from, was it 40-ish before? Yeah, he must have left some notes behind somewhere in here on how to get through the fence, Creeper. Mr. Bubbles. What's the idea? Royalty, you didn't see Mr. Bubbles before, did you? He's having a nap. Oh, he's dead. Named.
Assets in the air.
Right, now we need to fix that fence, and then we'll try and figure out if we can actually make some progress today.
Attending to repair request.
Anything else broken before we continue? Right, so achieve dinosaur rating of 1 star. How do we do that one again? So that's this rating here, isn't it? You're leaving the name to someone else. Just keep giving us cursed dinos. Right, should we just breed something friendly? Something that's not too aggressive. We've already got a whole load of them guys. Oh, go on, we'll breed a Triceratops. Just while we've got a little bit of money left. So we need Triceratops names. Not cursed names, just regular names. Ooh, what's our power levels at? 35 unused, 1 unused. Herbert, right, when Triceratops comes out, it's Herbert. Just copy and paste that so I don't have to type it. Right, so, actually, have we got any money to build any more entertainment-y stuff? So we have a rubber shop. Oh, that's about it. Right, what should we build? We've got... Right, so that's a gift shop. Fast food, toy shop, clothes shop. Don't need a toilet really, do they? Or maybe it's just in case the guests want to cry. Should put somewhere really awkward, like put the toilets up the mountain or something. Yeah, we'll put it there. So that they can go to the loo before they take this long trek up the mountains to get back to the train station. Should be enough power for that. What we got? Yeah, but I think that's why all these pathways are mostly empty, aren't they? Because majority of all my guests got eaten in last week's catastrophe. There we go. That should maybe give us a little bit higher rating. Release the dinosaur. Here it comes. And don't you dare knock down the fence.
I see you've hatched a Triceratops. Might be cute now, but that's only gonna last for about a week.
Oh, that's reassuring, isn't it? I just noticed that these things bounced up and down.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you hungry or thirsty? Visit our new fast food restaurant.
Yeah, fingers crossed you'll be a good boy. Right, so what else do we need for this island? Increase a new genome to 50%. Right, what's our other various ratings? We should have got that one then. Increase dinosaur rating to 1 star. Unless that's not what the dinosaur rating is. Wrong panel. It's just island rating. Right, so where's the dinosaur rating? Oh. We definitely picked the right day to play Jurassic World. I finally today submitted did all my self-assessment tax things for all HMRC and what have you. I finally got it over with today. So I've been staring at numbers. So everyone else has had a much more exciting day than mine. So I don't know what you guys have been up to. Keeping out of mischief. How much money? Are we actually making any money? 80,000 now a turn. So where's this dinosaur rating then? It's key, extract new today, files, it's 50%. I don't know how we're going to do that one at the moment. You've had a productive day, royalty. Productive day, sitting there tapping out Morse code for hours at a time. Rid of that contract because it's actually we'll get rid of all three of these because they're all fairly pants. Request contract. Get a science one.
I'd take this contract myself if I had the time, but I don't.
Oh, don't decline. I'm not doing carnivores right now. Oh, 2 minutes till next. Oh, great. So we've completely knackered that one up. Right, what research can we get done whilst we wait for that timer to run out? Send the expedition crew there. And then we will might as well chuck this bit of research on whilst we're at Oh, sorry. When this goes horribly wrong, let's just save our game. Oh, do we have anything to sell handy first of all? Sell. Nope. Well, actually, that might have just given us the money for the feeder. We'll place. Just place it there. I'm just looking at these fences. I hope these fences that it definitely isn't the same fence here. No, this is just a little bit of. One for the dinosaurs probably could have replaced that and kept those other ones. But anyway, we're going to go to the other island. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? We're going to go to the money-making island though, and send out a few expeditions so that we can transfer money back to the other island so we can incubate a dinosaur. But whilst we're over here as well, we'll get the price. Ideally, we want to breed 2. Just, you know, for that extra chaos. Alright, here we go. Oh, hang on, it was press enter over here, wasn't it? Skip these. Right, so what we got here? Expedition Center. Go there. Research thing. Extract. Research over here. 6 of these left. Start researching that one. Whatever that is. I like the colours on this one. It's a lot more nice greens.
Unworthy of consideration.
No, we haven't got time for that contract. The game continues underneath, so we'll just go back to the main menu because we've just saved. I thought you were saving up for the business presentation, Royalty. Alright, give me 2 seconds whilst I bring up the folder. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day. Oh no, just reading the chat there. You've you've got enough saved up for 2 business presents. What was your count up to as well? I've forgotten now. Was yours over 10k? I can't remember what your count thingy was there. Shall I put this on the other screen? Yeah, just a second. I'll bring the chat down here so I can see that in there. I'll bring that up there, and then I will press this button. And I can't see any feedback. Are the chickens on your screen now because I've covered up my own window? Oh, that's brilliant, as long as you see that, because I've covered up, you know. Ooh, look at that, the infinite thingamajig. You see what I mean? It's all greyed out here, and I can't spot it whenever somebody redeems anything. Anyway, this little one here is Tika. I think I've mentioned her a couple of times. She was the one that well, you can see there she's got a massive comb and wattles. Whenever she used to shake her head, you could hear it, you know, slapping. It would like slap on either side of her face. It was hilarious. And I used to tickle her as well, and you know, tickle her side, and then she'd walk off and she'd fluff herself up into this big massive ball. Look at that, cheeky chicken. She was always trying to get a higher position in the pecking order, so she was always attacking Oxo. So I think I was telling you that on one of the previous ones. But Oxo would never have it. It would chase her off and send her packing. So then she would come and sit with me to try and say, "Look, I'm with, you know, with me," and to try and get moved up in the pecking order that way. There's a few of these little gifts that I made a few years ago as well. Just getting their little tickles and cuddled in my hands. Little Paxo. She was a lovely chicken as well. She used to sleep, but when she slept, she would like sleep. It was she would have like a nose right up in the air. So we used to say she was like sort of like, you know, sticking her nose up like she's some sort of snob. Oh hi, Creeper there. You've got back. Yep. We're just going through some chicken bitches now. Let's see. There's Paxo again there. She used to when she used to sit on my knee for a cuddle, and she would lie on her side and sunbathe on my knee. And then when she'd had enough after 5 minutes, she would stand up, turn around, and she would reach her head onto my neck and give me a little cuddle. And then she would just then turn around and hop down. This is when they were babies. Let's see, Royalty, you've been watching the Marvel movies recently. If you know the ones where they do the little secret Hail Hydra thing. But I took this picture of Oxo and Paxo when they were just little babies. We'd only had them for a little while at the time. It just looked like they were doing the Hail Hydra thing in their ears, like whispering. No, had to be done. It's one thing that, you know, well, just putting up the Hail Hydras. I loved the opening for the Winter Soldier. I think out of his various uniforms, the uniform that Captain America wears at the beginning of that one, I think is my favourite. And when they're attacking the boat at the very beginning, I've actually got one of the prop shields from Avenger Assembles. Like one of his shields that they have on set. I've got the prop. It's in a special sealed case, which at the minute is under the bed. Oh, look at that! What are you taking a picture of? Little Paxo there, trying to get focus. It's just like, no, I want to see what you're poking in my face. I could probably find one of the pictures fairly quickly. What we'll do is when we go through here, there's it's quite a few years old of the when we used to live in Cumbria. But I'm sure I've got a picture of myself. I think it's on my server drive, which I can get to in a few minutes. But we'll have a little look in there. Oh, hello there over on YouTube there. We're playing Jurassic World, but we're having a brief moment because the folks over on Twitch have redeemed the chicken Tales from the Coop section. And there we go. And this one here, barbecue as well. And little Paxo. This is when they used to live in the little shed that we had attached to that enclosure when we lived up in Maud. There we go. I think this picture came up in the other one, didn't we? So you've got Speckled there, you got Oxo there, Paxo in the centre, and the baby Gravy just over there. A good little girl. Gravy was definitely enjoying her cuddles on my knee today. Snuggled under my jacket. Oh yeah, I got these 2 tyres. I've still got them now because off eBay for £1, and filled them with soil so they could have a dust bath, because in this place where they were in Maud, there was nowhere for them to have a bath because it was such thin layer that they were on. But you see here this tent. Actually, I don't know. Is there a picture? Oh, there isn't a picture in this set of it. But inside of there, inside another tyre full of soil, is Speckled, all on her own. It looks like she's on a throne. And the 3 of these all had to cram in the one together to have a dust bath, and she had her own private one in there and wouldn't let them in it. Oh, look at that. I like that one. That could be like a mobile phone background, couldn't it? Alright, the perfect angle, isn't it? There we go, more normal one of Paxo looking at with there. What else we got in there? Ah, yeah, that was when we used to when she was quite young there as well. This was lovely soft chicken. Oh, here we go, a nice group shot here. It's one of the rare ones. This is the second field where we used to live in Cumbria, so we had we did have things planted here, but they pulled them all up. But this was like a little patch where they used to hang around all day, and they would jump over the wall to get to the different the different bits of grass and what have you, depending on where the sun was. But we have here, this one here is Bisto. She was the mother hen of the group. She was the oldest. We got her off somebody else because she was one of 3 survivors from a different flock. She was quite old. Only had her for like less than a year. Yeah, I think it is the first time. I don't have that many pictures of Bisto, unfortunately. They're not like photographed to the level of what the girls are like now. I didn't really think about it at the time. But there's Bisto. She was a huge heavy but soft chicken. And well, barbecue that I've talked to you about before, that was partially blind, or well, mostly blind. She used to let barbecue sleep next to her each night, and if any of the others picked on her, she used to go and slap them with their wings, with her wings, to tell them to leave her alone. When she died, barbecue got a real hammering off the other girls because obviously the boss wasn't there to protect her anymore. That's one of the reasons why she wound up becoming a house chicken and spending all of her time with me. But this is Chasseur here. This will probably be the first time you've seen Chasseur as well. She died 2 days after Bisto. She'd had like a long-running infection to start with that no matter what the vet had given her, would try for months with all the different treatments. It just never took, unfortunately. But she, as much as she would cuddle in, and I could fuss her and what have you, she could be really vicious. When she wanted to be, she would, with these girls here, she would pin them down, like hold them down and peck them. That's how vicious she could be. So I kept having to tell her off. That's of course Speckled. Speckled before she was even one, when she was a little baby. Then of course we've got Oxo and Paxo. The Paxo was the first of my chickens that would let me like pick her up and cuddle her. And this little fella here on the end was one of my two cockerels. He was called KFC. Or my neighbour that lived over this field here, it was about a good few hundred metres across this field. She used to hang around with the chickens during the day whilst I was at work, and she didn't call him KFC, she called him the Kentucky Colonel. Yeah, well, you do know, Royalty, all the girls have food names. But yeah, that was their original coop as well when they used to live outside. I could never sleep when they were living in there because I was always worried about them. Even here, I mean, they don't sleep outside here anymore. They get too stressed, and I get too stressed. So now they live in the big box in the kitchen. What we got next then? I do have a picture of this. This is what Paxo would do. She would have a sunbathe on my knee, and she'd get a fuss and what have you, and then when she'd had enough, she would stand up, face me, and she would reach her head up like this to give me a little cuddle. Before she would do that, and then she would turn around, and then she would just jump down off my knee and go about her day. So she would thank us by giving us a little cuddle at the end of our little like session on my knee. And there's no picture there, just snuggling in. Little eyes closed. And I think we've had these ones before, because I've got some of them are duplicated across different sets. Look at the state of the mud. What on earth had she been doing? Ah, yeah, that was the winter. They all hung around the bush there, didn't want to come out, but I thought that was quite a nice picture of her just coming out of the bushes into the snow. Oh, this was that patch in the trees as well. Paxo was a nightmare for laying eggs. She would always find, I mean, we thought we weren't getting any eggs until I rummaged around the garden one day. I haven't got a picture of it in this set, but there was about 25 eggs all piled up where she'd been laying for weeks. But it was the part of a fun challenge I had, like where she'd chosen to lay her egg in the garden this time. Oh, that was after the floods. Look at the stair, she's soaking. And here we go, sunbathing time. Cheeky little chicken coming to see what I had. Yeah, Chrissy, the egg hunt every single day. There was a few patches where they used to like go regularly, so I always check them first. Oh, this was Paxo. She still had the cheeky little smile, but this was the last day. that we had her, because we took her to the vets because I knew there was something that wasn't right with her. And they did an X-ray on her, and they found that she had all of her bones were riddled with cancer. So we lost her that day. But she sat on my knee all morning, getting tickles and fusses, and she was watching the telly and listening to our music. And that's her sunbathing. But she's a beautiful little girl, she was. I like that one. It's like, what have you got? Whilst the rest of them are all lying on the grass. Baby gravy. But that's the end of those slides for today. We will press the button and hopefully wind up back in the game. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day. And we're back. Now, before we went to do that, can anyone remember what we were doing before we took a break to have a look at the chickens? And what we can do is we can... Oh, we were sending money back home, weren't we? That was it. So we need to send out some crews. Alright, we've got a minute left on that. What about the research? Right, we'll get a little bit of research more done here. You mean you weren't taking notes, royalty? Right, so we need to generate some money for that one there. There was something else we were going to like build just to pass the time whilst we were generating money, but I can't remember what we were going to do. Too excited for chickens. They're good little babies. The folders that I'm pulling them out of, I'm running out of them, so I'm going to have to actually start transferring them from the iCloud, where I've got thousands upon thousands of pictures, like the entire history, every single picture I've taken of them is in this particular archive. So I'm going to have to download the whole thing and then divide it up. That, or what we could do is, I could download the entire archive,
The summer's call.
I'm going to add one of these as another redemption to go along with the cards. This is like a product that I made years ago, and I've still got some in stock. I just never had the time to like push any more sales on them. There we go. It's a window sticker that sticks in your windows. So it's to tell the postman to leave the gates shut. Oops, wrong button. Extract DNA, extract. We're not getting any worthless rocks. What's going on? Right, let's go and dig somewhere else. Let's dig up here. Every other website where you would just upload one image and they would just reprocess the image to be the different resolutions. On Twitch, you've got to put the different resolutions in yourself. And also you've got to make them the correct file size, and they only take PNGs, which PNGs are a larger file format. So when you when you export them, the fan, you know what I've got to do, like basically pixel by pixel, I've got to cut to try and get it under the 27 kilobyte file limit. That's what keeps putting Alright, what we're going to do is, though, I am going to be really, really bad, and I am actually going to save it there. So that I can deal with that issue. And I think what we'll do is we will leave it there, though, for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed that. Equally as disastrous ending as our entire stream was last week playing this game. But hopefully tomorrow we'll have a little bit more success in our family fun night tomorrow with Alien Isolation. We might finish the game, we might not. I had a little read up of the chapters that are ahead of us tomorrow, and it may be quite long. So we might just have to, we might end up being 2, so we might get it. I mean, if we get there and it looks like we're only like 15-20 minutes away from the end, then we'll, you know, obviously we'll just crack on and we'll finish it. If not, then obviously we'll finish it the following week, and then after that I'll be on to Dead Space for our like horror Saturday nights. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that there. Don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe, and to all the folks as well that are joining us today actually over on YouTube. There's a few of you guys over there today. Don't forget to check out my Discord channel. The links are scattered about all over the place. Just put a new ranking system in for earning XP and getting different ranks going through there. It's all Stargate themed, of course. Might do like a double XP weekend or something like that. So if anyone's chatting on the server, we have maybe double XP for the weekend. But I'll have a look at that later. So I hope you enjoyed that there. We will have a quick look and see if anyone is streaming so that Chrissy can get his card points. All you've got is Angry Joe today, so let's hop over here. Anytime you want to load. There we go. Yep, so you're on 37 and well, just shy of 38. So, hopefully I'll see all you guys tomorrow there for family fun night. Thanks for watching and have a good night. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.